Hey y'all, it's Niyelle. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. We have to get straight into it because I need to show you how I removed permanent hair color to this beautiful brown color using zero bleach, along with my new clip-in method that relieves tension on your hair. The hair that I'm going to be using today is from Curlsqueen. They sent me 10 pieces of their 22-inch water curly clip-ins. These are a 3A, 3B texture. Along with the clip-ins, they sent over a detangling brush, some additional clips, and a satin bonnet. I recommend that you purchase their double weft clip-ins. The seamless clip-ins are flat, but if you're wanting something more on the full side, you definitely want to purchase the double weft clip-ins. One set of clip-ins is about 10 pieces, so that would definitely be enough to cover your full head. If my hair is colored, just know I did not use any type of bleach. When it comes to my natural hair, bundles, clip-ins, a wig, I am not using any harsh bleach. I will be using the L'Oreal High Color in Soft Auburn and in Copper to achieve the color that we are going for today. Now, I don't have any type of self-control when it comes to the beauty supply store, so I need a list. You're going to need about 6 boxes of high color, 40 volume developer, gloves, dye brushes, mixing bowls, processing caps, hair mask, hot oil treatment, semi-permanent hair dye, color remover or weaving cap, needle and thread, and silicone mix. Now, I did forget to add on here neutralizing shampoo. I already had some at home, so I didn't have to pick some up. As y'all can see, the total was already climbing. I always start by dyeing my clip-ins first before my natural hair, just in case if I have any mistakes, I can go back and fix them. Now, you want to start by using your dye brushes, your mixing bowls, 1 copper and 1 soft auburn, and 40 volume developer. Starting with the copper, I'm showing y'all how I remove the color. So I start by pushing the product down and then taking some scissors and cutting the top off of the tube. I do this because I want to get as much of this color out as possible. As y'all saw, these boxes of color aren't cheap. They're about $7 each here in Atlanta, so I'm going to make sure I'm getting my money's worth. So all of these tubes are going to be pushed till they're empty.
They hate a bitch, but they stole the flow. Got back in at the back end coming. Fuck with my stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch, she a head case. All she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out in parachute. I'm geeked on next week, got no more features. I might just scourge you. I'm geeked on next week, got no more features. I might embarrass you. Tag glow, stomp a little pussy, hoe get some shell toes. Tag glow, slapping rap bitches and making bail, hoe. Tag glow, two-tone Cartier match the nails, hoe. Tag glow, no competition, these bitches fail, hoe. Tag glow, curbing, no curbing, my shit is layers, hoe. Tag glow, say they get money, but I can't tell, hoe. Tag glow, keep running circles around these snail, hoe. Tag glow, and my shit bumping up in the jail, hoe. Get glow, where you been at, mine? Everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck, got M&M's in my garage. With the crank up on the hoe, you bitches better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players, my folks don't keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky, bitch, when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood, bitches, motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. Get them glow, them bitches fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get them glow, stop overthinking, these hoes can't fuck with you.
Before I add in my developer, I make sure that both the soft auburn and copper is mixed in together.
Curving, no curving, my shit is layers, ho.
I am not a licensed cosmetologist, so I cannot give y'all the exact measurements of how much developer you should be adding. All I can let you know is that the consistency should be almost paint-like. Now, I do like to stretch the product as much as I can, so I do add as much developer as I feel, but I don't want my consistency to be super watery. Once all your developer is mixed in, this is a consistency that you should be looking for, something that's close to like wall paint. Now, if your consistency comes out too watery, I suggest that you open up another soft auburn and add it to the mix. Before you apply the color to the clip-ins, make sure you have something that you can place the clip-ins in so they're out of the way and they can start their processing. Please, please, please make sure that you cover any furniture, clothes, that you do not want any dye on, because I promise you it will not come out. Before applying your color, please detangle the hair. You want to make sure that every strand is getting saturated with color. I always apply my color from top to end. I don't know why I do that. I just want to make sure that all the hair is getting saturated. So for me personally, I know if I started at the root and the root is done and work my way down, then I know all the hair is saturated. I don't know what I did that for. I think I was just playing and trying to do too much for the camera. But you want to make sure that all the hair has dye on it.
Take a 50 clipper. Boys doing shit is wrong. She the loves her attitude, she long away from. Hey.
Now, I am going to tell you that once you are done with one side of the clip-ins, please pick that clip-in and flip it over and make sure that every strand on the back is dyed too, because you will have some black spots if you are not applying the dye on every strand of hair. I just continue this process. I usually start with my smaller pieces first because the bigger pieces take more color. So just to make sure that I don't run out of any color, I make sure that I do all my small pieces first, because I don't want to have to go buy 2 more boxes of color just for 2 small pieces of hair. So it took me about like an hour to apply all the color to the hair, and it already has started processing. So I just let the hair sit for about 6 hours. Now, when you have good quality hair, you can leave this dye on for as long as you feel. Sometimes I used to leave it on overnight. Don't be like me. I was really lazy. But you can do that when you have good quality hair. If you don't, I would typically say that the processing time would take between, like maybe 2 to 3 hours tops. But do as you please. After I get done applying the color, when it's time to rinse the hair out, I wash the hair first with the neutralizing shampoo, making sure that I don't see any pink suds, that all the dye developer is out of the hair. Then I follow up with the Tresemme shampoo and conditioner. Once I let the conditioner sit for 15 minutes, I rinse the hair out with cold water. You can reference back to my previous clip-in video if you want to see how I wash these clip-ins. After 2 shampoos and a very good deep condition, this is the color that you should come out with. Now, don't hate me, but this is not the color I was going for. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to come out in my head, but this was very bright. This was very copper, very ginger. It was very loud. I was looking for something a little bit more quiet after coming back from that red color. I did decide to install them to just see if I was tripping. I wasn't tripping. I didn't like it. High color does take a little bit of maintenance. So this is how I would keep up with the maintenance. If you wanted to keep this color, use the Adore Cajun Spice and the Sienna Brown. Now, I went back to the beauty supply store and decided I wanted something quiet, as I stated. I went for Copper Brown and Sienna Brown, and I applied this to my real hair also. But before I did that, I did the watercolor method onto the clip-ins. This whole process was very much trial and error. So I decided to do the watercolor method on the clip-ins. So I added in half a bottle of the Sienna Brown and half a bottle of the Copper Brown. I mixed those together into some boiling hot water. And I just took each individual clip-in and just dunked it into the water repeatedly. Detangled, dunked, detangled, dunked. And I just let the clip-ins sit in the water for about an hour before rinsing them out with cold water.
Got a beach house I could show you in Idaho. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kiss you. Got a fighter jet, I don't get to fly it though I'm lying down thinking about you. Ooh, no, I've been thinking about you.
Now, what y'all are about to see is one of my dingy moments, because I don't know what in my right mind said, let me take some silicone mix and take a little bit of the hair dye and mix it together and apply it to the hair. Like that was gonna do something. The verdict is still being determined on if that did anything. I wouldn't suggest it. Just add your silicone mix and keep it pushing. I left the silicone on for 15 minutes and then I rinsed the hair out with cold water. I gotta tell y'all a secret about these clip-ins. Once you rinse these clip-ins out, do not add any curling products like mousse, cream, leave-in conditioner, defining spray. Let them air dry, but you have to let them air dry in the sun. I don't know what it does to the hair, but the curls come out super soft, defined, bouncy. You won't have any frizz. Y'all gonna see in the next couple clips, I didn't add any type of curling product at all. No mousse, cream, nothing. It was strictly just air dry. Okay, so let's put the clip-ins aside and we are going to move on to my natural hair and removing this red color. So I use the Oops color remover in extra conditioning. Now when I tell y'all this process was lengthy, as y'all can see in my face, these instructions was just taking me out. Like it was in 3 different languages and English wasn't even making sense, because they was telling me that after the hair was processed that I needed to rinse my hair off for 40 minutes with warm water, 15 minutes with cold water, another 30 minutes with warm water. I started contemplating if I should just keep the red, but looking at my hair, it was chewed. Like my roots was growing out. It's like 3 different reds. I didn't even want to see a stop sign the way I was over red. I had it since my birthday. Like it's night, time for her to go. After adding the 1 to the 2, I just decided that I'm going to apply this directly to my ends. I'm going to avoid my roots because I really did not know what this product was going to do. I worked in small sections just so I made sure that every strand of red was gone. I was really scared that I was going to need to go get another box, but I had enough product and some. As y'all can see in the back of my head right there, the color already started to turn orange for some reason. So I could see that it was working. I just used whatever I had left in the bottle in some spots that I felt like the product didn't reach. Now after that, I added my processing cap and I let it sit on my hair for 20 minutes exactly. After that 20 minutes, I rinsed it out. I came back and looked at it. I went back and rinsed it again. then I rinsed it out again, and then I rinsed it out again, and then I rinsed it out again. I probably was rinsing my hair out for about an hour, and this is how it turned out. When I tell y'all my hair felt like a SOS Brillo pad, it felt like noodles before you cook them, like straight out the packet. And I am just so happy that I bought a hair mask, because the condition of my hair after using that product, I was like, is my curls gonna be okay after this? Like, it looked like I had heat damage, like, and it just felt awful. After seeing the condition of my hair, I said I'm going to take this Thank God It's Natural hair mask. I decided to take the Honey Miracle one because it said that it was going to hydrate and heal color treated hair, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what my hair needs. I applied it and let it sit on my hair for about 30 minutes, and I sat under my hooded dryer. After all the trauma that my real hair went through, I decided to just leave it alone for a week. After about a week, I decided to add on that sienna brown and copper brown color to my hair, and this is how it came out. I wear clip-ins religiously, but I do not wear them the traditional way. I feel like the clip-ins should do all the work, and this should be a protective style. So the method I have been using lately has worked for me because I'm able to still sleep in my clip-ins, and I don't have the urge to rip them out once they start hurting my head. Before I show y'all this method, I am going to start by oiling my scalp and clearly my back, because what? Also taking some hair fertilizer and applying this directly to my scalp. Now, if you are looking for a product to grow your hair, I do recommend it, but don't come back here yelling at me if it don't work. It works for me, and I use it anytime I have a protective style. So you will need the weaving cap for this part. You want to use a closed top. Now, I seen somebody on my TikTok say that you needed the thicker one for moisture reasons. I can't use that thicker cap because I can't hold it down and sew. I just learned how to sew literally like 5 business days ago. So really this part is kind of optional because you can just apply these clip-ins directly to the braids if you want to. I started doing this because clip-ins started to hurt my hair over time. Like, I was ready to pull my clip-ins out by the end of the day. That being said, I needed to figure out something quick, so I started adding this weaving nets or weaving cap. It's called a weaving cap under my clip-ins. So I'm just showing you guys how to thread your needle. I will be linking down the video that I saw on how to do a sew-in, just for my girls that need to have that visual and verbal explanation. I cannot give that to y'all. Now, if you are someone who already knows how to do this, you got the upper hand and you're ready to go. For my other girls, this will be a look and learn, and I will not charge you, okay?
She wasn't on a road, she was on the water. You see the dark skin girls with the light skin crews. Yeah, I wish to you. She the light skin girl with the light skin crew. Piano with a 3 house to say. This bitch knows like crazy Lord. She gets down just like crazy Lord. Round the block, she's not holding shots. That bitch bad.
swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room perfume. Go, go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you. And you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen.
Once we cut that excess cap off, we can now get into these clip-ins. Y'all see this? This is what I was going for, more of a quiet copper brown, okay? She's the moment, she's still natural and still has the essence of fall. So I'm just going to start by using my 3 clips. Now I do not apply my clip-ins directly at the bottom. I apply them a little bit like a midway point between my ears. And I'm making sure that I am connecting these onto the net and not my real hair, just to relieve some of that tension. After the 3-piece, I am then going to move forward with the 5-piece. Now, in between each of my clip-ins, I do Scout's Honor just to make sure that all my tracks are covered and I have the proper spacing. Once you apply both of the 5 pieces, you should be halfway up your head moving forward to the 4 pieces. Now, when it comes to the 4-piece, it's not supposed to go all the way from one side to another. As you can see, it's going to stop halfway. So you just want to apply these clip-ins basically like almost on top of each other so they can complete the illusion of a full track. Following the 4s, you want to take two pieces and apply those to the side, making sure that they're flat and vertical. You don't want to tilt these up or curve them. Make sure that they're flat and straight. Then taking the second 3-piece, you want to clip this as close to your leave out as possible. I clip the ends of my 3 pieces over my 2 pieces just so I don't have any gaps when it's time to blend my leave out. You should have about 8 pieces in your head, and as y'all can see, because we done Scout's Honor, we don't have any clips, any tracks, any nets, any braids showing, and we don't even have that much leave out. Like, come on. Taking our last 2 pieces, now the way that I apply these is very simple. I start by taking out my leave out and making sure that all my tracks are covered. I then create my middle part evenly. And I take a little bit of my leave out and part it away from my hair or my leave out. Just look at what I'm doing real quick. Y'all see I created a little part and then I applied my clip-in to that part. So it's like I split my leave out into 4 sections and apply the clip in between my leave out so it just has a seamless blend. Now, if your real hair blends in with these clip-ins, you're done. You can do a little wash and go 1, 2, and you're ready to take on the day. Now, for my girls that have heat damage or their hair is heat trained, this is what you're gonna do. As you can see, you want to split your leave out into 2 sections. You want to gather your real hair and that 2-piece clip-in at the top that you added in between your leave out. You want to take some Nairobi foam. If you decide you don't want to use Nairobi, that's fine. I'm a Nairobi girl to the day I die, so that is what I will be using. You want to do a simple 3-strand braid. You can do this as tight or as loose as you would like. I like to do mine as tight as I see that the waves are with the clip-ins. So I'm going to do mine semi-tight, normal braid. Now, if you don't want to use a perm rod, you can add a little bit of that foam and leave it as it is. But I like to give my braid a little bit more je ne sais quoi, a little bit more to the end. You want to make sure that these braids are completely dry before removing them. I can't remember how long I let these dry for, but it was a while. I think I had took a nap, scrolled through TikTok, read the Bible, took a walk before I took these out my head. Before removing the braids, I'm going to add some Olaplex bonding oil to my fingers, just so I don't have any frizzing. Do y'all see that? Like, let's play a game. Where's my real hair? Come on now. Don't be fooled by the propaganda. You can blend your real hair in with any type of clip-ins. No matter the texture, call me. I'll get you blended in now. I'm taking a pick and just lightly fluffing my hair out. I didn't want it to be too big and I didn't want to cause any frizz. I'm going to take my Frontal Queen Edge Control and apply this to the front of my hair very lightly. Y'all, I am just not into baby hairs these days. I am just real military, like slick it back. I'm over them. I'm bored with them. And honestly, I just want my edges to grow out. So I'm just so double G'd on edges lately. Now this is the look that we were going for. I forgot to mention y'all that this is the hair with 0 product on it. This is what happens when you have a good conditioner and you let your hair air dry. Now, I didn't just want to stop at this look. I decided that I wanted to give you more. And a flexi rod set was something to show you that these clip-ins are very versatile. Now, you're probably going to be like, why didn't you record you putting in the flexi rods? I haven't done a flexi rod set in a long time, so I was a little nervous. I didn't think that it was going to come out as cute as they did. So if you guys are wanting me to record doing a flexi rod set, I would definitely do that. You just have to like and subscribe and send this video to a friend. And I'm going to know if you send it to a friend, so don't lie. See, now I told y'all I haven't done a flexi rod set in a long time, so it didn't come out the way I imagined it, but it was still super cute and I received a lot of compliments on my hair. The direct link to these clip-ins will be in the description box along with a promo code for you to use at checkout. As this video comes to an end, I do want to encourage you guys to step out of your hair comfort zone next year. If that involves a new style, a new cut, a new color, please, please, please do it. I hope you guys subscribe because I will be posting more hair tutorials for you to try out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.